everybody, we are back again with Vicky, this time talking about separation anxiety. Big topic, Vicky. Probably one that you get a lot.
Yeah, probably the most.
Yeah. So what is it?
So separation anxiety is very difficult because it can be absolutely tiny or it can be a massive problem. So it's quite hard to sort of talk about because it's such a broad topic. But basically, it's, as it says on the tin, a dog not wanting to be on its own, basically, or a cat. So it is, if you leave them, even just to nip into a shop and they're outside with your friend, that can be when they start showing signs of separation anxiety. When you leave the house for 5 minutes to go to the shops or whatever, just them not liking being on their own, basically.
Okay. Why does it start then?
It can be numerous things. So it can be rescues. It can be dogs that just aren't used to being on their own. So from a very young age, they've just always been with people.
Yeah.
So we saw a lot of it in COVID when people were working from home or furloughed. They were with their dog 24/7.
Yeah.
Then they started going back to work and the dog just wasn't used to it, didn't know what to do. So we really saw an increase then.
Okay.
It was really popular then. Not popular, but really common. So yeah, it can be in numerous things. It can be something negative that's happened to the dog that's just made them a little bit more dependent on their owner, an illness for the dog or the owner that's caused it.
Oh, right, okay. So even an owner being ill could then potentially give that dog some separation anxiety.
Yeah, because dogs pick up on everything we're feeling and they're very susceptible to our sort of general health and well-being, really. And if they're with you when you're poorly, they can become quite even more attached.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are different types.
Yes. Yeah.
What's the most common then, would you say?
So it's just you've got very mild, very sort of severe.
Yeah.
I'd say somewhere in the middle is very common. We do see a lot more severe cases, unfortunately, where dogs just really can't cope with being left. I think most dogs display a little bit of separation anxiety at some point in their life. Like Paddy, my little dog, is fine to be left. I go to work, he's fine, but he won't eat when I'm out of the house. That's a very, very common sign of separation anxiety, but it's not sort of that severe. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Probably the first sign that dogs will show that they won't eat when their owners aren't at home, which is very, very common.
Okay.
And then you've got the more severe of the house getting destroyed, the dog's whining.
What's the worst case that you've seen?
Probably, yeah, house getting destroyed, dog just running round and round the house until he was absolutely exhausted, trying to chew through walls, things like that. Really awful, neighbours complaining.
Yeah. I unfortunately lost one of my little dogs a few years ago, and she was really bonded to our other little dog, Daisy.
Right.
And I completely just didn't see it, that would happen because they were bonded, and she had really bad separation anxiety when we lost our other dog.
Yeah.
So I can completely understand how distressing that is.
Yeah.
And I felt really bad because I felt like I missed it initially, but
it's awful. It's really
it is terrible. But I think the quicker you act on it, the better chance you've got. Is that right?
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. And there is loads of stuff we can do as well. Loads and loads. Biggest tip would be if you get a new puppy, just leave it for a couple of minutes. Doesn't have to be for long. Then come back in the house and then go back out again for 5 minutes. Slowly build them up to being on their own.
Yeah.
Crates can be a really good use as well. If your dog's crate trained, it gives them a bedroom, a safe space. So make it really cozy, blankets, beds, cover it up if you want to, and put toys that are safe to be left in the crate with them.
Okay.
Just to make it their safe space. Try and have times when they're not with you as well, but you're still in the house. So if you're in the kitchen doing the washing up, have them in the living room. Just get them used to not always being with you, and that it's a positive thing when you're not there, not always a negative.
Okay. Would you recommend using Nutravet
Definitely
at that point as well?
Yeah, so Nutravet can help. Again, just take the edge off it if they're feeling a bit anxious. For really severe cases, it might need more prescription medication, so something a little bit stronger. But for your sort of mid to low range, Nutravet is fabulous for it. I've got a lot of separation anxiety cases on Nutravet and it's been really effective.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Vicky.
No worries.